Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, November 6th, 2023 and I already had to do my Dutch video twice. So let's see how this is going to go. I already checked my the level for my sound, so hopefully it is completely 100%. So let me know if you can hear me clearly. The things I looked at, first of all, was very interesting in the Dutch media, which is really quite a classy magazine. It's called Elsevier. They did an article about Extinction Rebellion, and that is like a Dutch, maybe it's even bigger than the Netherlands, I'm not so sure, but it's at least known in the Netherlands. It is like a climate club. And it has done, you know, all kinds of things. They were standing up for themselves. They were blocking like, how do you call them? I have the Dutch word, snelweg. They were blocking roads and things like that for the climate. And the media was usually very kind to them. You know, they were just trying to help. But this time, no, they're not. This article, which is very interesting, is from November 2nd. Is not very kind about them. They call them radicalized and they call them against democracy. So it's very interesting they are bringing this out right now. And of course, we do know that all these clubs, these climate clubs, not only in the Netherlands, but you know, worldwide, also in America, you have all these clubs and groups. They are all being paid by a certain person, named Soros, that obviously has all kinds of agendas that he wants to push through. I think his son has taken over. Well, it doesn't matter. But there's also, I need to say that as well, there's a neighbor actually now working on his house. So he's got a big container outside of his house, because sometimes you can just hear like a thump, and that means they've thrown things in there. So I'm sorry about that. And so it's interesting that now in the media in the Netherlands, they are actually talking about that in such a way, and actually probably connections also between all these groups, these climate groups and other groups, and of course being paid by certain people. I think we're going to get to that. It's already coming out, of course, in the independent media, but more and more will come out in the normal media. So I thought this was very interesting. It really shows a change in the media here in the Netherlands. And we have something else I also wanted to mention was interesting that House Speaker Johnson is now moving forward with the approval process to hand over these January videos and images to the Blaze, which was stalled under Kevin McCarthy. So that is interesting, it's now coming out. If I'm not mistaken, Pelosi is also in a very, predicament. Interesting to see. So I do see so many things moving ahead, and I do see changes. Of course, it depends on your perspective, but I see this as white hat actions moving along and bringing out all these important pieces, and it will come together. That's what it feels like to me. It's like pieces of puzzle that will, you know, you see the bigger picture, but it's all necessary. In this video, I want to take a look at the Ukraine. Also very interesting, because NBC News is not how to say this, pro the Ukraine anymore. It's like they are actually changing their tune, and more people in the media, at least in America, are changing their tune concerning Ukraine. There might be peace talks on the way. There are things coming out that a certain aide from Mr. C is saying that Mr. C is kind of losing it and that they are not winning the war. So truth is now finally coming out in the normal media about Ukraine. Of course, what's happened in the Middle East is there for a reason. So we get distracted, so to speak. They want to distract people from the Ukraine, but it's interesting because they've lost everything there. And to me, it feels like this has already happened. But we're seeing it right now, and we also saw a clip from Mr. Z saying like, no, we're not defeated. We're just going to keep on fighting for our freedom. But so much is happening. Mr. T mentioning that he would make sure that within 24 hours everything would be peaceful. Nothing's going to break out, or new war is going to break out. He could arrange that all. Interesting enough, he keeps mentioning that. I believe Mr. Said even said that Mr. T should come by to the Ukraine. So I couldn't find it anymore, but there's just a lot going on. But I want to take a look at the Ukraine. The energy's there. We've got the Page of Wands. So this to me immediately feels like the white hats are doing their thing there. We've got the Hermit. That's the central card. We have the Queen of Wands in the past. So they've been working there for quite a while. I do believe that Mr. T is part of. We have got the Lover card, the Lovers. Interesting. And that is to do with choices that need to be made. I think the choices are in a way already made. I see them isolated. Ukraine is isolated. They say they're still sending money there. I think the Netherlands are even still sending money there, but we don't even know where the money comes from and if there's actually any money to send, but they're completely isolated. And this is really about taking these dark energies away from the Ukraine. They had a stronghold over there. They've been horrible to the people of the Ukraine living there. These dark puppets, dark energies. When I'm talking about removing dark energies, I'm talking about these puppets and not the entire people of the Ukraine. There are beautiful, sweet people living in the Ukraine, living under this. Everywhere around the world, there are dark influences. That doesn't mean the entire population is like that at all. Usually the biggest part has nothing to do with this. It's these puppets on certain key positions that are really just completely destroying a country, in this case the Ukraine. But it's being stopped. I do believe the white hats are behind this. And they're completely isolated. It's not like they can do anything anymore. I think they're completely lost everything they had trying to change that. They were never going to win this. That's the feeling I'm getting with Russia. Mr. P focused on that. So I do think that we're going to hear about peace talks, but we just don't know when that's going to happen. But it's in the works. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We got the Two of Pentacles. So this is restoring balance. And it's just like the Lovers card, which is about, in essence, balance as well. The Lovers card is about choices made, balance being, restored. And that's what the Two of Pentacles is about as well. So much needs to change there. So much happened there. The labs, the connection with Hunter, with Mr. B, with all these dark energies everywhere around the world. So much happened in the Ukraine, horrible things. It was really a stronghold of the dark energies and it needed to be removed. But I believe that's already happening. They're completely isolated. So this is the energy I've got for the Ukraine. I also want to take a look at the week ahead. We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the Knight of Cups and we have the King of Wands for the coming week. So for a lot of people, especially people that really have no idea what's going on, it will seem like what is really going on. They'll be confused. This is about like a stalemate that they have no idea where this is really going to go. Two of Wands is two wands with a man standing there looking at the world like, where is this heading? I have no idea, standing still. And I think for a lot of humanity, it's going to be a very confusing week. But I see that there's going to be a lot of white hat actions. And we're going to see that. And especially the people in the independent media that are aware, of course, what's going on will see it. Doesn't mean that the entire humanity will see it that way. They might interpret it in a completely different way. But I believe there's going to be more shown from the white hats, more moving ahead with things. But for a lot of people and humanity, it's still frightful what is happening. They just don't see where this is going to go. They're very fearful. A war is going to break out. And of course, with all these media still running those lines, those narratives, that can really feel like losing all the security, losing a lot of things. It can be very frightening if you have no idea what's really going on. And again, I don't think a lot of people really truly know what's going on. I just, what I feel like things are going on, that of course, like I said, it's see if it resonates with you or not. We just don't know the truth, but this is how it feels to me. It see how it feels to you and follow that, because we are really our own compasses right now, especially with all the confusion that's going on. The advice for this week, this is very interesting. We've got the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Justice card. These two cards are connected to the element Earth. So this is really about manifesting things, working with things, really moving things. So it's not like the Cups emotional, or like the Sword more communication, the air element, or the Wands is more energetically, the energy, passion. This is really about something concrete, something tangible. And so we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the knight, the only knight in the tarot that is quite standing still. You see the horse is just standing still. This is the knight that plans. Before he actually moves his energy, he first is going to decide what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, and then he's going to keep moving. But once he starts, he's not going to stop. He will keep pushing, adjusting, but pushing it along. So if you have plans you want to manifest, change things in your life, change maybe things in your work, or maybe you want to start an initiative. This week is a very valuable week. It can be very valuable to you to start things and to keep it moving. Things will be handed to you in a way. You might meet people, or might be supported financially in another way. So it's really the energy to start doing things. If you're already working on something, a project, you will see that this week things will happen. Like things will suddenly start moving again if you maybe been standing still for a little bit. So this is very important, because if we start moving our energy, we're using it for ourselves. The dark energies won't be able to use our energy. This card is also very important for this week. Justice is about balance again, balancing things, but also cutting out things that don't belong in your life anymore. Take a step back and truly feel and look at things and just see if things really suit you anymore, if you're in the right position with the right people around you, or if it's time to move on. And also with all the stories, the narratives in the media, in the independent media, take a step back and see what really truly resonates for you, what feels right to you, what is, really fitting with you. Justice is about taking a step back. Justice is about, creating balance in your own life. And by doing that, creating balance in your energy, you are creating balance in the world. We are all connected. That's why it's so important to take back your own energy. That's what the Great Awakening is about. If we use our own energy for ourselves to start manifesting what we truly want, the dark energies won't be able to tap into it. That's what they need to create. They don't have energy from themselves. They've disconnected themselves from source. So they need it from us to create what they want. That's why they program us. That's why they have the media, all these TV series, programs, films, the education system. All these systems are designed to tap energy from us. It's very interesting to see. Take a step back, because once you start seeing that, you understand how you can truly step out of that system and create something that works for you. Taking back your energy. They need your energy. That's what they need. They don't have that energy anymore. They'll starve. They won't be able to push things through. As you can see right now, there's so much resistance of what they want. Those storylines are collapsing and they won't be able to use the energy anymore. That's why they're so focused on creating chaos and fear and anger and people feeling unsafe, because then they can use that energy again. It's very important. Take a step back. Look at things from more of a rational approach, like what is really going on, and then of course connect with yourself and then decide what you want to do. But it can be a very valuable week if you want to move ahead with certain things. I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.